there are some ingredients which I have kept them ready. So just to give a brief about myself, I am a YouTuber where I host as a chef on Simply Jen, and I am a home baker. Call us on Simply Jen. So you all can follow my page. The Insta handle is Simple Simply. Now about the institute, I joined Academy of Pastry Arts before 2 years, and I came across this institute in 2018, and I always wanted to do something professionally, so this was the best opportunity for me. And I'm very privileged that I got a chance to host today on such a big platform thanks to the institute. And also it's very funny, like all the 6 months in the institute I have not eaten anything because I was the only one who used to be eggless and a pure Jen. So my biggest motivator was Chef Shailesh. So I think he was the one who kept me motivated. Like he is a pure vegetarian and he never had anything till date which consisted eggs. So day by day it's just like it's keeping me motivating. So here I am today. So first we are going to start making the sponge. So the ingredients are already mentioned, and I'll also share the list of ingredients later on. So the ingredients required are milk, almond meal, cake flour, icing sugar, vinegar, xanthan, baking powder, baking soda. So I've weighed all the ingredients and I've kept it ready. Now let's start making it. If you all have any questions, please be free to comment below and I'll answer all the questions later on towards the end. So first, take almond meal. In that, we are going to mix the cake flour. So it's half cup of maida, and just remove 1 tablespoon of maida. In that you are going to add 1 tablespoon of corn flour. That's how you will get your cake flour. So someone just asked me, can we use maida instead of cake flour? So the entire recipe is maida. It's just like 1 tablespoon of corn flour you are going to add. So basically it's 3/4, more than 3/4 of maida. And corn flour is going to give starch, so that's the requirement. You will have to add corn flour in this recipe. Then 1/4 cup icing sugar. Also guys, please don't forget to sieve all the ingredients. I have sieved them already and I have kept it ready. Even your almond meal you have to sieve and keep it ready. So all the dry ingredients in one bowl. So baking powder, baking soda. So someone wants me to repeat what is cake flour. Cake flour is basically maida plus corn flour. Half cup of maida. Remove 1 tablespoon of maida from it and add 1 tablespoon of corn flour in that. That's how you get your cake flour. Then I'm going to add xanthan. So basically we are going to add xanthan in this because it will give structure to a sponge, and also we don't require any crumbs, so this is very important that you all add xanthan. If you all don't have xanthan, you all can replace it with guar gum. So with a whisk, just mix this so that all the ingredients are mixed properly. This is done. Now take milk. In that we are going to add vinegar with a whisk. Just whisk it, and then also we are going to add the dry ingredients to wet ingredients in batches. around 3 batches is good. Don't do like 4 to 5 batches. Just give a light mix. Then again add. And the remaining one. Just mix everything. Now this is done. Take your tray. I had Silpad, so I've used Silpad. If you all don't have Silpad, you all can just use a baking paper. Just give it a mix. Try to clean the bowl completely. You don't want to waste your ingredients. Now, just with a palette knife, spread it. So guys, I have taken a tray which is going to be good for my cake tin. So this is the ring which I am going to use. So this is going to give me 3 sponges. I'll tell you all about this later. So you all have to take care about the tray size completely. It's up to you all, because I don't know which size of ring you all are going to use. So if you all have a flexi pan, you all can even bake it in flexi pan so that it gives a even height. But I don't have that, so I'm just going to make it in Silpad. So till the time it's evenly done, we are just going to spread it. So this is done. Now we will move on to the next step, that is baking the sponge. So we are going to bake this on a higher temperature, that is going to be around 190 to 200 degrees, and this will take around 15 minutes. So it will completely vary from oven to oven. Mine is taking around 15 to 17 minutes on 190 degrees, and you have to bake it till the time the sponge is golden brown. So this goes in the oven. So someone just asked me how thin the layer should be. It shouldn't be more than ½ centimeter, because the Jacon sponge is really thin. So that's the reason we are making it a thin sponge. Now we will just move on to the next step. I have kept my sponges ready. I have already baked them and I have kept it ready. But before we move to the sponge, we will start making a buttercream. Just get all the ingredients. So I ask me a question about the OTG I'm using, I have Morphe red shirt, so I'm using that. Someone asked about round opera. You all can make, but usually it's a square one. So it completely depends on you all what shape you all want to make. So now, just to tell you all about the ingredients. Here I have aquafaba, that is chickpea water. So today we are going to make Italian eggless butter cream. So that's the main substitute here is the aquafaba. Aqua means water and faba means bean. So today we are going to make with the chickpea water. I have used American Garden tin, and you can make aquafaba at home also just by soaking your chickpea for around 8 hours, then giving whistles for 5 to 6 hours. But I would suggest you all to buy a ready tin. So if you all want, in case if you all want to make it at home, you all have to follow that step. Otherwise, just buy ready-made tin. And also remember, you sieve the aquafaba while you all take it, and your vessel needs to be really clean. So for Italian butter cream, we require sugar syrup. So simultaneously I am going to make my sugar syrup. So that's water, and there's 70 grams of sugar. So I'm just going to add around 50 grams, and I'm going to keep 25 to 20 grams remaining, which we will require to add while making our meringue. Sorry. So this is going to be approx. So I'm going to keep this much remaining. You all can weigh it. So I have a stand mixer. So I'm going to make it on that. Also guys, this is going to make a lot of noise. So it's going to take around 10 minutes. So if you all have any questions, I'll answer it later. And sorry for the noise. So you are going to use the balloon whisk. And right in start, I'm just going to add little sugar. And also I'm using castor sugar out here. So before I start, I'm just going to tell you all, we need the sugar syrup to reach 116 degrees. So I have a thermometer, but if in case you all don't have a thermometer, all you have to do is take some ice cold water, and you can just put some sugar syrup in it once you feel it's done. And when you find, like when you put it in the water and when there is soft ball formed, that's the stage which you want. And if it's hard ball, then you will get to know that you have overcooked your sugar syrup. And if it is little lesser than a soft ball, so you will get to know that you have to cook your sugar syrup further. So first I'll start whipping this. sugar. Also, I have not yet started making my sugar syrup because that's not going to take real long. So I'm just going to wait for this to whip. That's when I'll start the sugar syrup. You all can see if I started foaming up. So keep adding sugar in batches. So this will take around 8 to 9 minutes. Now is the time when I am going to start boiling my sugar syrup. As you can see this video. So we want soft peak, and this is what we are looking for at this stage. So just whip this on a slow speed till the time our sugar syrup is done. So what I have done till now is just taken aqua power, and I have taken a stand mixie. If you don't have a stand mixie, you all can do it with hand mixie, but that will take around 15 minutes, and you have to start whipping it till the time it reaches soft peak. Once it reaches soft peak, we are going to make a sugar syrup. So we want 116 degrees. someone just asked how much water I've taken. I've taken 30 grams. Also, if you want the recipe, just check out my personal Insta handle, Simple Simply. I'm going to post the recipe there also. One 116. The temperature what I require is 116. So it's done. Now this is very important. We are going to add the sugar syrup in a single stir. That means you are going to touch the pan to the bowl and start adding. Increase the speed of the machine. Guys, this is real hot. So now we are going to cool this till it reaches room temperature. That's how you will get to know whether it has reached room temperature or not. I'm just going to tell you all the butter has to be really soft. Like when you touch, it should, like you all can see, it should be really soft. This is very important when I'm making Italian butter chicken. So I'm just going to say everything again. So meringue is done. This is what we are looking for. Also the butter has to be really soft. So when you touch it, you should come to know that it is soft. This is how the butter should be. Sorry again for that noise. Very important that you all change your balloon whisk to your paddle attachment. So not everyone does that. So it's just like it helps to incorporate butter in a better way. That's why we change the attachment. So someone wants to see the consistency. So you all can see medium peak. to the next step. That is adding your butter. So keep this around 5 on speed 5 and start adding your butter in batches. You all can just soften it with a spoon if it's not. The butter is soft butter. It's not chilled, and also it is unsalted butter. The brand of butter which I am using is Freshly. Yeah, so I've changed the blade and I'm using the paddle attachment. Added all the butter and the mixer is on the speed 5. I'm just going to stop this and mix everything again once. Now just increase the speed to 6. So this will look little puddle, but it's completely fine. I'm just going to show you all something. Like if it cuddles a lot, what you all can do is just take a heat gun, and if you all don't have a heat gun, take a warm, you all can do it on a double boiler. All you have to do is just heat gun it from the side so that it incorporates better. power. So guys, you all can see it has started sticking to the bowl. That means it's done. And now I am going to add my coffee reduction. And just give it a mix. And this is done. I'll just transfer this in another bowl and I'll show you all how it looks. So now, sorry, 1 second. Okay, so now what we are going to do is, we will start layering. So the ingredients required for that are the coffee syrup. So I have taken water, sugar, that is castor sugar and coffee. All you have to do is just boil it until the time your sugar melts. Then is our chocolate ganache. So for this, you have to boil your cream and milk together, and once it's boiled, you just pour it over your chocolate. I have used Caribou 811. You all can use Madagascar, but I would suggest you all to use chocolate and no compound out here, because the flavor is too good, and I think the chocolate plays a very important role. So see to it that you all are using a good quality chocolate, and just pour your cream and milk over your chocolate and allow it to simmer for around 2 minutes. Then you start mixing it, and once it's 35 degrees, you add in your butter and then mix it again, and you allow it to cool down for around 1 to 2 hours. So the recipe, someone has asked which ganache. So this is chocolate ganache. The recipe is already mentioned, so you all can just have a look. Now I have already made this sponges, and I have cut it into my ring size. So this is my ring, which is 10 inches by length, 2.5 inches height and 4 inches width. So this is a customized ring. You all are not going to get this easily. And my sponge is ready. You all can see this is what color we are looking for. Now all you have to do is dock it. This is very important because we want our sugar syrup to, we want our coffee syrup to soak very nicely. So if you don't dock your sponge, then the coffee syrup won't be absorbed nicely. And if you all don't have this, you all can just do it with a fork. So this we are going to do on all the layers, and I'm just going to do it and keep it ready. I will show you all this one with how to do it with fork, in case if you all don't have a docker. All you have to do is just dock it. this is done. Now you all can see how thin the sponge is. It's really very thin. So this is what we are looking for, because we are going to layer it. So if it's thin, it's better. So the golden part comes up. Also, I forgot to tell you all, I have cling wrapped it. So you have to double cling wrap it on the bottom so that it's thick enough and it's like it will hold our cake together, and see to it that it's tight. Now just press it down. Now we are going to, with a brush, we are going to soak the coffee syrup. So about the institute, the best thing what I like about Academy of Pastry Arts is all the chefs are so helpful. Like, trust me, it's not just to say, but it's been 1.5 years since I have passed from that institute, and till date I keep irritating all the chefs with all possible doubts, and not even one chef has ignored my messages or felt like okay, they won't reply. They have helped me each and every single time. Even during my classes, like when I used to go to the institute, I used to be the only one, chef, please tell me like what can be the substitute for this and that. And I think during the end of 6 months, they were like, okay, she's the only one who is never going to taste any products, who is completely into eggless. So I think the chefs are really, really very good. You have to soak your sponge really nicely. It's usually said like too much of soaking is not good, but trust me, in opera, too much of soaking is only good. So just soak it as much as possible, because we don't want the white color of the sponge to be seen. There's a possibility like in between it might be seen, but try to soak it as much as possible. So I have used Nescafe out here, and I would suggest everyone to use Nescafe because it gives a really nice taste. And I think I have tried other coffees also, but this is the best one. So we are just going to weigh this. You all can see the Italian buttercream. I think it's really very nice, smooth and shiny. So we are just going to add around 140, 150. So we are going to add around 150, not 140, 150. So here you all can even use a piping bag and just pipe it. So just start spreading this. So it has to be a thin layer, and see to it that it is covered throughout your ring. So guys, this quantity which I have given in the recipe is as per the measurements of this ring. So you all will have to work out on your measurements. also if you all have any questions after this, also you all can just personal message me on my Insta handle. So the name of my Insta handle is Sinful Simply. Just be free to message me out there whenever you all want. So also it's okay if you are not going to completely smoothen this, because a sponge is going to do that for us. So it's fine, but just try to have it as smooth as possible, but otherwise it's okay. So this looks good. I'm just going to clean the sides. Okay. Now goes in the second layer of the sponge. So just press it. So now with again coffee syrup, soak it nicely. Soak it really nicely. I'm repeating this again and again because this is really very important. So this is good enough. Now we are going to add a ganache. So I hope you all are clear with the recipe how to make ganache. So again, this much quantity is perfectly okay for the ring size. So just put it in like different parts. Now again we are going to spread the ganache. So this is a very smooth ganache. You all can see how smoothly it's done. So opera is a French dessert. The origin was France, and it's like a layered cake, and when you have it, it just melts in your mouth. So that is what is opera, and it's full of coffee. So I'm sure all the coffee lovers are going to love this cake. So even I was the one who was very tempted to have this cake back in institute, but unfortunately I couldn't. As I've mentioned earlier, I did not have anything in the 6 months because it contained an egg. So this was one thing which I always wanted to try back then, and finally I'm successful making this cake. So this is good enough. Now the last layer of Jacon. So Jacon is a nut flavored sponge. So out here we have used almond meal. In case if you all don't have almond meal, you all can use hazelnut powder also, but the best one is with almond meal. Just press it. Now soak this. Now just again we are going to soak it with coffee syrup. Guys, if you all have any questions, here is the time you all can just ask me whatever you all want to ask. Someone asking, do I teach online or not yet? But I don't mind, I can do that soon if I have number of people who are ready to learn from me. But I do take workshops, so yeah, so you all can check out my Insta or like my Facebook. So I keep posting about my workshops out there. I do one-on-one also, but I teach only eggless. So someone asked how many layers of buttercream I have added. Till now it's only one. Now we will add the last layer. Someone asked, can we use this recipe of buttercream in other cakes? Yes, you all can. You all can make the same buttercream, just instead of adding the coffee reduction, you all can add any fruits to it, or anything like any essence or any compote. So you all can just add that instead of coffee reduction, and you all can make your flavored Italian buttercream. Someone asked me, is there any substitute for coffee syrup? No, because this requires, there's no alternative, because this requires coffee syrup. That's where the flavor will come from. Like opera without coffee syrup is not possible. So someone asked whether I can add coffee reduction in whipping cream. So you all can, like I have not personally tried, but you can try with dairy whipping cream, because our non-dairy whipping cream won't have the stability to hold on. But if it's a small quantity, even the normal whipping cream will work, but not so much of quantity. So someone asked about how long can we preserve this buttercream. You can keep this buttercream for a week, but guys, I would frankly suggest you all to make it whenever you all require, because this is the freshest buttercream, like not like an American buttercream. Yeah, that is the only option for eggless people. So it's always better to make it fresh. But in case if you all are making it prior and keeping, the time when you all are going to use it, you have to give it a whisk and you have to smoothen it. Only then you can use it. Someone asked about the size of the ring. It's 10 inches by 4 inches and the height is 2.5. So someone asked what is xanthan. So xanthan is basically, it's going to give a structure to your sponge, and if you don't use it, it's okay, but then there will be lots of crumbs and the sponge won't hold on its shape. Like, not exactly hold on its shape, but there will be too much of crumbs, and in opera you don't want that many crumbs. So it gives stability, structure. So I would suggest you all to add, especially in this thin sponge. Now this is done. Also, I have made another one and I have kept it ready. Now you just have to cling wrap this and keep it in the freezer, because we are going to glaze this. So in case if you are not going to glaze it, you all can just dust cocoa powder, and if you are going to glaze it, keep it in the freezer for at least 12 hours and let it freeze completely. We are going to cling wrap this and then freeze it. Don't freeze it directly, because you don't want ice crystals on your buttercream. So I'll just get the other one which is already ready. And I've made my glaze, so I'm just going to heat the glaze. So someone asked if you have different molds, how you all are going to manage the quantity. So you all will have to work out, because I don't know which size of ring or mold you all are going to use. The way I have worked out my recipe, even you all have to do it. So just find out what like size you all are going to use, and then accordingly you will have to figure it out. But the ideal quantity which is required between the layers is like, the buttercream should be around 120 to 130 max, and your ganache should be 140. So whenever you all are making your cake, you all can just see to it that you all are maintaining this much quantity. So I think that's okay. So guys, the video is going to end in 6 minutes. So I don't know how much I can show you all about the glaze. So this is like the one which I had made it. So 1 second, this is stuck, but that's okay. I have to wait for my glaze to be heated just a minute, and then we can continue with this. So I don't think I have enough time to do the glazing, so I'm just going to dust some cocoa powder. So this also tastes really nice, and I'll share the pictures once I'm done with the video. And I'm just going to show you all how to demold this. So with a heat gun, you are just going to demold this. Also be careful, because we have added cocoa powder, so if you all are going to do too much of air, all your cocoa powder is going to come on your face, so just be careful. So little more. So someone just asked, can I use a hair dryer instead of this? I think you can. I have never tried. Because it's going to do the same work, so I think you can. But if you are a baker, trust me, investing on a heat gun is worth it, and it's not that expensive, so we can buy it. So you all can see it's how nicely the sponge is soaked, and you can't see any white parts. So that means that our sponge is nicely soaked, and this is what we are looking for. So now we are just going to cut this. So again, a very important step is you warm your knife either in boiling water, but what I do is I just warm it with the heat gun. So I am using Black Plus Decker. This is the brand which I am using. And also be very careful when you are using a heat gun. It's very dangerous. So someone asked if I can show the glaze. No, I can't, because I have already spread cocoa powder on this. So when you are glazing any product, it has to be cold. So this is not cold enough anymore. So sorry guys, I won't be able to show you all. So you all can see my knife is not that warm because it's not smoothly cutting. So I'm again going to warm my knife. So the recipe for the glaze I'll share with you all. So just stay tuned. And now just with coffee beans you can decorate it. So opera is ready. Also, I hope you all liked it, and don't forget to check out Institute page, as they have entire 1 week where they teach only eggless products in a 9 months course, so which is worth doing it. So I would personally suggest everyone to do this course, and trust me, if you all are bakers or if you all want to expand your skills, this is the right place for you all. So cheers to Academy of Pastry Arts. Today I am who I am because of this institute. Thanks a lot to everyone. Thank you.